Obviously, you're always happy with the win. I thought the game was actually opposite of what I expected. I thought we'd come out a little bit, off just because of the long layover. We've been fighting some flu and just clunky timing off. But and then maybe get better as the game went on. It was actually the opposite. I thought we were really sharp early and then kind of fell apart a little bit in that second half. So regardless, thought we shot the ball well, which helped. I think defensively we weren't quite where we want to be. So some good and some bad, and to come away with a win well, that's what makes you a star. You have good players and maybe mediocre players and great players and star players. What makes stars is that they can do it every night. Otherwise they wouldn't have that tag. So we rely on her for a lot. There's a lot of pressure on her to lead us, not just on the court, but off the court. And so she's, so far done really, really well. And we're going to need her to keep doing it. She's going to be the focus of everybody's defense, usually. And I'm really proud of the way she's become a playmaker, not just a shot maker. Well, I thought at the beginning we were crisp at both ends. We really were locked into the defensive scout. And offensively, we attacked the rim well. They helped. And then we were able to find the open shooters and the shots were going in. I think we were I don't know what it was, 7 for 11 or something really, really high at halftime from 3. So I thought the first half was a really well-played half by our team at both ends. I thought in the second half, it took us 7 or 8 possessions just to get into zone offense. We just were not locked in. And I kind of saw it. We left the locker room. I watched our players. We kind of casually walked out onto the floor. And then that's how we started the half. We casually played, and they got back in the game as a result. So, second half, first half, a lot to be happy about. Second half, a lot we can use to work on. Well, hopefully you learn every day. That's one of my goals as a professional, regardless of whether when I was a teacher or coach, or hopefully I'm getting to be a better dad every day and a better husband too, all that stuff. So you learn lessons. A lot of days you learn this works, and then just as important, you learn this doesn't. And actually, the zone offense we got into there for a minute, once we got it figured out, is that I joked with the team. I said, this was the offense that your grandfathers used to run. And they don't get a lot of my jokes, or at least they don't give me the courtesy of showing me that they get them. They don't laugh. But it really was the oldest zone offense you'll find on record, I think. And so we brought that with us, and once we got into it, it worked well. Rest a little bit. It's been a choppy 10 days of prep with finals, so we're 2 days off in a practice and then off in 2 practices. So we're just, I think we're about as good as we could be physically, but, using the day tomorrow wisely, because it's going to be a very physical, aggressive game. They're a very physical team. They're going to play us a lot of zone. And it's not so much the zone, it's how they play and the personnel they play it with. That's going to make it a very difficult night. Getting rebounds, every rebound will be a challenge. Keeping them out of the lane is going to be a challenge. They're good at every piece of the game, every part of the game, extremely well coached. Their point guard's probably one of the 5 best mid-major players in the country. And they've played some big folks. They've played South Carolina tough and go down the list. It's a great opportunity is the way I present it to our team. Not often you can get a top 40-ish type team, 40, 45 type team into your gym. So it's a great opportunity.
It's always more fun that way. I think when we had 3 after 3, we had a lot of girls knock down shots today. I think sharing the ball and knowing that your teammates, when they're open, they're going to knock it down is just so much more building and gives people confidence who maybe have been out a few games not hitting a 3. And it also is harder for the other team because when you can't stop 1, 3 others were coming at you. So I think that's something we just have to keep going. When we're one-dimensional, it's going to be harder to then beat teams because we don't want just teams to stop one of us. I think going across the board, multiple people in double digits, I think if we keep playing that way, we're going to be hard to beat. I think 3 or 4 years ago, when I came in my freshman year, we had posts like Slag, Ellie Mack, who could step out and like shoot the three and stretch the floor a lot. They also were like a lot bigger in size. So I think that's one thing that's different with our play. We do still play in and out, but I think we're a lot more drive and kick rather than throw it in and kick, if that makes sense. I think it was physical. They weren't calling the knick-knack ones, but I think those are the ones to play that are more fun. When the refs are out there calling the hand touches, no one wants to play that way. So I think we matched that energy and just gave the aggression back. I know that they're in the middle of New York. I know their point guard's really good. I know there was a video, I think, sent on TikTok of her like doing a spin move, step back three. So I think just playing like we did tonight, knocking down shots and playing as a team, like we'll be able to match up with them well and hopefully get a win going into Christmas.